Never have been, never will be.
Ain't that the truth? All right, so today we are joined, as always, by Pilk and Harley, but today we're also joined by Saturn, who's a little under the weather today.
Yes, I am.
But she's being a trooper. She's being a trooper, and she's here with us today. And she's here with us because this is the first episode that Saturn is in. So I thank you in advance for showing me all the places that's over there. I
Yes.
had a ton of fun hanging out with you and your husband and your son, and I know that my kids had a blast with your son as well.
Yeah, it was a great time.
All right, so we are gonna go over. Is this episode 4? Or is this
4?
That's right, because I'm working on 5 right now with Harley. So much going on.
Gotta keep the episodes straight, man.
Well, I mean, we have a lot going on. Like, I just started recording
We
more
do.
stuff. I know that you're going to be recording some stuff pretty soon. Harley,
I just recorded something. I'm recording a bunch next week.
yeah, I told Harley you can record stuff when you get a chance. Visiting
No,
shops
all I
over
do
there.
is record.
Well,
oh
but
yeah,
I
no,
mean,
I
like-
have some shops planned that I'm going to be recording soon. Probably sometime next month.
Good. Yes, I mean we're
I have a
we're
whole
all really
trip
busy.
planned. Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah,
it's going
and
to be like
so
3 or 4 shops I'm going to hit, so it's going to be awesome.
soon as of this video, right? It's the end of March. In 2 months' time, we're heading over to Atlanta for MomoCon. Unfortunately, Harley's not going to be able to join us on that. I'm really bummed out about that.
Sorry.
Like, I really wanted you to be there. I know planes are crashing.
I was going to say, it would be my first time getting on an airplane. I can't do
Drive.
it.
I don't
Just
think
drive
anybody
down.
blames you.
No.
No. The tires will fall off of my car. We've got one car. It's got over 100,000 miles. It's a Hyundai. All right, we're lucky it gets to the car.
You know what? We got to
What are
work
you
on
talking
getting.
about? My Hyundai's got over 250,000 miles, and it's still going strong.
It's not so much that I'm worried about it breaking down. I'm worried about it getting stolen. It's one of those year makes and models. So.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not so much the ability to get down there. It's more like if I park my car somewhere, I might not ever see it again.
You say that, but literally my mom and my father-in-law both have that same car.
But I also worked in insurance, so
I know, makes you paranoid. I get it.
In all
can't do it,
fairness,
man.
we should work on getting like a tire sponsorship.
We really should.
That'd be great.
Oh man. Nope,
Phil,
we're not. Nope.
Phil, get on that.
I'd be going
That's a
everywhere.
sponsorship,
That's my
sure.
thing, though. That's my
Sure.
biggest thing, though. I'd be driving all over the place. Like, during COVID, I drove all over, like, the tri-state area to get video games. It
You
was
broke all the
crazy.
COVID rules.
I masked. That's about it.
We had a COVID baby. I wasn't allowed to go anywhere for like 2 years.
Oh man,
I
so
was
we
laid
did.
off and I shopped online a lot.
I was on Facebook Marketplace.
So this is my brother. He's been in a few of the videos already, because he went on the trip with me, and Saturn got to meet him too. He was like, I don't know, so in like a Zen space that he confused the hell out of me. He's like, we're sitting in a memory right now. I'm like, we're sitting in a memory. And
Yeah, I was like, what is he talking about?
yeah, and he was like, well, this is a memory that I'm going to have in the future. So I'm like, so we're sitting in a memory in the future of your past. He's like, yes. And then my daughter, like, if you have the volume up, you can hear her in the background going, that doesn't make any sense.
I did hear that. I mean,
No, I
it's
get
not
it.
supposed to have memory as bad as mine.
I get it. I get what he's saying, that in the moment, like, when you think back on this will be a memory.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful place that we were at too. I don't even remember where we were. Like, it was in Michigan, and like it was just this lake in a park, and it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I'm so jealous, Saturn. You guys have so many places like that.
Yeah, all over the state. They're everywhere. We're just full of lakes.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the Northeast, though. Like, 'cause the North, like, New York is kind of like that too. We just have like these really. It's probably nicer by you, though. We'll be honest, but like we have some really nice, like, trails and stuff like that with lakes.
I have
Yeah, my grandparents got a
canals.
summer home on a lake.
I mean,
The
there's
real gem.
there's lakes in
The
Florida
real gem
too.
of Michigan.
Yep.
Sorry. The real gem of Michigan is called up north. So it's anywhere past a certain point in the lower peninsula, we call that up north. And then once you hit the bridge, the Mackinac Bridge, it's the upper peninsula.
Is it?
Yeah.
That state is so huge that like it would take multiple visits for me to see everything over there.
Yep.
And like it was, again, I'm so jealous. There's so many peaceful, like, just chill fishing spots that we checked out, and I'm so jealous. You guys have a lot of stuff over there.
Yeah. I love Michigan.
I'm gonna skip over this a little bit. This is when we got to the cabin that we were at, and like we were out all day, and by the time we got to making dinner, it was like 10, but I didn't realize that because, well, I didn't realize it because the sun doesn't go down until like 9 o'clock over there during the summertime. So
well, you're like right up against the central time zone too. So yeah.
Yeah, so like my sun is down. Okay, I'm gonna start making dinner, and then I look at the time, and I was like, it's 9 o'clock. I'm like, holy crap, what the hell?
Yep.
So that was a late night, but I mean, it's fine. It's not a big deal. It was just cool. It reminded me of when I went to Alaska. It was the same thing, but worse. Because there was no over there, like sun doesn't go down till much later.
Hope you guys have as much fun as I've had.
And then here we got Pilk with the rum roast coffee.
The coffee spot.
Yep, I reused the coffee ad.
I'm good with that.
Which
I want to re-record it though.
Yes, please. Just because I want variations. But let's go ahead and give a shout out to Root. I almost said Roost. Root.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing.
I know.
Messing up our sponsor, man. How can you do that?
Absolutely. That's my bad. Shout out to Root for sending us the coffee for rum roast. Pilk, you want to talk about it for a minute?
Oh, it's delicious. Well, actually, next time I'm already planning it out. I'm gonna make an espresso drink. I haven't decided whether we're gonna do like a proper old school cappuccino or something more modern, but I'm stoked for it.
Frappuccino? Not really your thing?
No, I like something that's more like coffee based, less milkshake.
What about
Fight me.
What about you, Harley? Because I know that
coffee.
you finished this coffee.
I finished the coffee because it's just so good. Like
it is.
I didn't even do anything fancy with it. It was just plain old coffee. Like I wanted to do fancy stuff with it, but it was just so damn good. I didn't need to.
What's that? I made espresso with it, and you usually want something really strong to make espresso. It's got all the flavor and everything you need. It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like how you measured like the weight.
Oh yeah, you gotta measure it out. If you're gonna do it right, you gotta measure it. Listen.
No, I let the Lord Jesus tell me.
So what I'm hearing is my setup back there impressed absolutely no one.
Well, I mean, your setup.
It impressed someone, just not us.
Yo, rude.
Your setup is very American Psycho.
Oh my God, yes.
So hear me out. You like Huey Lewis in the News?
Yes.
Good answer.
Listen, I have it on my playlist. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's the power of love.
Oh, you're talking about, yeah.
I'm talking about the actual Huey Lewis in the News.
Huey Lewis in the News? Okay, fair enough.
That's I don't know what you were talking about. I'm talking about the actual one.
Talking about the movie, but that's okay.
I
Both.
was gonna say you were quoting American Psycho, right?
Of course he was.
Yeah.
Oh, I was, yeah.
He was. No, I was talking about the actual band.
Okay. No, cause so there's a band that called Einstein Kills that does songs. Yeah.
You have to be scared. Like, I love them.
So I only hear the lyrics of that song, not American Psycho. So you like Einstein Kills? Nah, not really.
Have you seen the video?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know who the actual person
It's
killed in the video?
Jacoby from Papa Roach, yeah.
Yeah. No, is it Jacoby or is it
Jacoby? It's Jacoby.
I thought Jacoby was the one doing. Okay, whatever. I don't know if it was Spencer doing the killing and it was Jacoby.
Spencer
or...
does the killing. Jacoby is the one who is killed.
Then who's Jose in the video? Hey, it doesn't matter. We're on a huge tangent here.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
Jose was the one getting.
Hey, Jose.
So this is Saturn's husband. Probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life, and I felt so bad for him because Saturn's there. Well, and she knows what I'm gonna say too. So
Yeah.
we're at the cabin, and they decided to bring some sodas, which they call pop because they're weird up there.
Pop.
That's a northern thing.
I know it is. So they bring some
No,
sodas.
it's called soda here.
It's a Midwest thing.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's actually fair.
And so like I'd gotten hot dogs, and so her husband's like, "Oh, did you guys need anything else?" And I was like, "Oh, I forgot the condiments. Like I didn't get ketchup, mustard, all that stuff." And so her husband's like, "Oh, I'll go to the store and I'll go get it." So he goes to the store, and so while
they take it to Myers.
yes,
It says Meyer on the front, but they pronounce it Myers, plural.
Myers.
so he goes to the store, and while he's at the store, he calls to see like, "Oh, okay, I have everything. Do they need pillows? Because apparently the cabin didn't have pillows." So they get us some pillows, and then he's like, "Okay, I'm in the checkout right now." So then while he's in the checkout, Saturn calls him to get something else, and so he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go and I'll go get it." I think it was like ketchup because we forgot the ketchup, and we forgot to tell him to get ketchup. So he goes, he gets ketchup, he goes back in line, and while he's back in line, she calls him again. "Oh, we need something else," and I was like, "Bless your husband, bless his heart," because I would have been like, "I'm already paying, I'm going, I'm leaving." That's to go back and forth. Your husband is fantastic.
Yeah, he is. He's great. I just picture him in line, just like checking his phone and just shaking his head and just getting out of line and going to get something else.
But that's how he was the entire time. It wasn't like one of those things.
Shaking
Like,
his head like, geez, not again.
He doesn't complain. He loves to help people out.
right, and that just surprised the crap out of me because I'm from Miami, and Harley can probably relate to this being from New York. People don't give a damn about you.
Oh, no, they don't give a shit.
Like, you ask them to do something, they're like, "I'm not doing that for you."
Yeah, no.
You go get it yourself.
You're lucky I went once for you.
Right.
The Midwest niceness is not a fairy tale.
Yeah, apparently not. I mean,
my
I
God.
got to experience it firsthand. It was almost like being in Canada.
My husband is just a very nice guy.
He is. He really is. And then he's a huge
General.
nerd on top of that.
Yep.
Like into
Yep, he's
D&D,
nerd.
into you guys went to the Renaissance Fair.
Magic the Gathering. He plays video games.
Oh my God, he was big into Magic.
A little bit of everything.
So Saturn, since we're gonna be doing a cutaway to Super Nintendo, how far along is your
Is
SNES
that a
collection?
sealed Donkey Kong Country?
I was
is
just
a
looking at that.
That is a sealed Donkey Kong Country.
Yo.
I saw that sealed.
Like we both saw it, and we were
Yeah.
like, we've never seen that before.
I mean,
It's just
sealed games are
shy.
pretty rare.
So how-
It's just shy of 100 games now.
How many total games are there?
Like 729.
For the SNES?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, so you only need like 100 left? Just about?
No, I need 600
Oh,
and
you're
something.
the okay. You're the other way around.
Yeah.
Still,
I have a lot of the big names though. Like I have Chrono Trigger and Earthbound. I got Bronchi the Brachiosaurus, which is probably the rarest game in my collection.
I think I've heard that game once in my entire life.
Mine's is Uniracers.
I
But
should
I
have
still
picked up.
need.
I should have picked up that Quest 64, just because I used to have it, and I actually really like that game. I know a lot of people shit on it, but I used to like that game a lot.
I still need Hagane, and I still need the Arrow Fighters, which are the two biggest the two most expensive.
All right, you ready for a bombshell then? I don't own an N64. I have never owned an N64. Ever.
That's okay. I never owned a Super Nintendo.
Neither did I.
I've owned 4
Or-
Super Nintendos.
Or
I
a
currently
GameCube.
own 3 NESs. I never owned a 64.
Or an
But I'm going to be
NES.
correcting that soon.
Fantasy Star is a Japanese
I on one of these trips, I need to pick up a Fantasy Star 4 because I love that game.
I forgot you had Galaxy Quest on.
Yes, I usually try to match most of the time what I'm talking about in the background.
Please forgive me on that.
And we were talking about it last time too. It's probably why, because we were talking about Sigourney Weaver.
Yep.
Oh
Which I
my
will
God,
not
she
lie.
was so beautiful in that movie.
She's gorgeous in that movie. She's gorgeous all the time anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, but that movie specifically, I mean, they did it on purpose.
Oh, absolutely.
But like, oh my God. And that
Yeah.
that movie was actually one of Justin Long's, I think it was his first movie.
Probably.
And then like he became big and then disappeared.
Is it wrong that I'm like now watching the movie? Watch that
Happens
in
to me all the
years.
time.
It's a great movie.
It is.
Didn't they want to do a sequel, but then Alan Rickman passed away and they decided not to do it because they didn't want to do it without him?
When did he pass away? It was, I'm going to say not that long ago, but it was probably like 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, I don't think it was that
No,
long
it wasn't that
ago.
long ago.
No.
Is it?
'cause-
I don't remember.
But yeah, for the longest time they were talking
I'm still
about
reeling
doing a
from
sequel.
George Lowe's death last week, so.
2016. Holy shit, that was a long
Whoa,
time
almost
ago.
10 years ago.
Yes.
Damn! God, each day I'm closer to death.
Time flies. I mean,
Way to be bright and sunny about it.
right?
I thought it was like 2019, like max.
So,
Some of us probably wish it still was. Let's be real.
to pivot back to Phantasy Star here. Phantasy Star was actually, it was either this or the 7th Saga that I attribute to being my first JRPG.
I want to play all the Phantasy Star games after learning so much of.
I mean, you can, I say you can skip 3. 3 is very rough. 1 is beautiful, especially the remake they did on PS2.
Yeah.
Fantasy Star 2, they did a remake as well on the PS2.
Oh, are
The
they
first
now
one
coming to the
I played
Switch?
was.
What's that?
I think the first 2 are on. Oh wait, no, I might be thinking of another game.
Well,
was gonna
the second
They announced on
one,
the Nintendo Direct, aren't they coming to the Switch now too?
I don't know.
Or am I thinking of something else?
I mean,
I
they're
might be
already
thinking-
technically on the Switch with the Genesis collection.
Maybe that's what
Fair.
I'm thinking of.
But like Phantasy Star 2, the remake of that, we never got it here in the US, so you have to do like a fan translated version of it. But the third one was rough because graphically it was a step down from the second one. Gameplay was kind of a step down too. They did a weird like first person perspective with combat instead of like showing your character portraits in the front like they typically do. But the story elements was very cool, like the whole like different paths that there was in part 3. But most people would agree with me about skipping the third one. That's up to you though. The fourth one is peak.
It's been so long, I couldn't even tell you. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. No,
I'd have to go replay him. It has been. I couldn't even tell you when the last time I played him was.
like this was one. I think this was the first franchise that actually killed off a main character, and it happened to be a female.
And there was also a chip shortage
Uh,
at the time. So
I
because of
think.
those two factors, this was a very
I'm not
expensive
100% sure on that, but
There you go.
that's just
This was
kind of what I'm
actually
remembering.
the
Because like everybody
first
attributes like Final Fantasy VII,
Japanese
right, with
RPG
Aerith's
to
death.
come over to the West. So
You
when
know,
I
oh my
Yeah.
God, that's like the
Dragon Quest,
biggest
which
death,
I
and
thought
you know,
was
for
kind of
being a
awesome.
female
And this
character and
was
all
also
that.
the
But I
first
mean,
game to be
I'm always like
translated to
Fantasy Star 2
Portuguese.
did it first,
I
man.
don't know why, but yeah, it's the first game to be
Well, you got to
translated
remember
to
back
Portuguese.
then,
At
like
one point
a lot of
considered
people weren't playing
Fantasy
JRPGs as
I
much.
know,
Final
yeah.
Fantasy was a lot of people's first
And there's a whole bunch of
first
people
outing in the
out
JRPG realm.
Yeah, that was
was
a
mine.
huge game. I mean, eventually we'll get to it.
Masterpieces.
I've just been avoiding talking about Final Fantasy VII right now.
I'm trying to think what my first JRPG was, and I think it actually was a Final Fantasy game. I think it was 3 on the SNES, or 6 or whatever.
Saturn, what was your first JRPG?
I think.
Final Fantasy 3 on the Super Nintendo.
Yep, see? That's a great
Yep.
one.
Very big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
I know a lot of
wonderful
people
mode.
that was
Received
their
a lot of
first.
accolades, and in fact, the whole series as a whole really.
Well, it's a really good one to start on. But it's also a really high mark in the franchise.
Overall, like reviews that everyone had, both currently.
It's my favorite
and
Final
when the
Fantasy
games were
game.
originally released. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. They
Well,
seem
I don't
to-
know.
So,
Would I
let's
rate
see
it
what you
over
think about the Phantasy Star
the
series
7
overall, 'cause
remakes?
I really do love this
Or,
series,
well,
and I definitely feel like
Rebirth.
there's a lot
Slash
more
Rebirth, whatever.
Rebirth,
And it
to
actually is a
me,
very
Rebirth is like
impactful game to video game
It's
history.
yeah,
almost my favorite
it's
one.
yeah, it's a tough call. There's totally different realms though.
I need to get a complete copy of Phantasy Star 2. That drives me nuts that I don't have one. But it's so expensive now.
I was just thinking that. I
Yeah,
saw
but all
Beavis and
games are.
Butthead. I was like, yeah, Beavis and Butthead.
Wait, is that fit? How much is that complete in box?
It's $4.50
So what game are you looking for right
It's not too bad.
sealed.
I'm looking for mostly Kirby stuff, but I
That's really not too bad.
thinking about buying that.
Harley's like, yes, it is.
Not in this economy.
Super Nintendo collection.
Yeah, I think I talked about it last time, but I'm doing the awful thing where I buy a game graded and sealed, or buy a game sealed, grade it, and then use that to like buy some more games and then trade up. So like basically I get one game, hawk it, and buy like 10 more games, and then hawk one of them, buy 10 more games. That's just how I'm funding my collection at the moment.
Harley, I don't know if I asked this last time.
Yes.
When you're recording your videos, do you slightly lean to make yourself straight?
No, I had a broken tripod and it's now fixed. I had a tripod that the level would look so it would show me that it was like straight on my end, but then like the tripod wasn't level, so it was like misleveling itself. It's fixed now. We're good. So this will be your last crooked video.
This is also the last video with the pink mic.
This will be the last video with the pink mic too. My new mic is phenomenal.
Than the NES was worldwide. This is worldwide numbers for this.
I like the pink mic, but I get it.
The audio though, like
Yeah.
The problem is with the pink mic too is right next to like that door right there. There is an air purifier that's constantly going.
Oh, is it not noise canceling?
It is, but it's not a great quality noise canceling.
yeah,
You know what I
if
mean?
it's
It's
anything
like
Mine's not either.
like these that I have off Amazon,
it's exactly like that.
they, even though they're noise canceling, they pick up everything, and
Yes.
and there's
Oh.
no volume control. You have to like,
So-
for me, I had to speak really softly every time I was using it.
Mine were the same way, and then I found out I had to go look up the manual. There's actually a button you press that turns on the noise canceling, and like everything changes. So after
This
I did
one-
that, they sound way better.
Yeah, it has a couple of different settings. Like this is a really nice. I'll probably still use this for other things, but as far as like content create, I don't know. It's just
What's in your
it's a
Super
good
Game
starter
Boy?
mic. I love my Super Game Boy.
What's in your Super Game Boy?
Yeah. Oh, what's in it? Pokemon Blue. Yeah.
Choice.
Yeah, that one's always in there.
I never use my Super Game Boy. I always play mine through the GameCube nowadays.
Yeah, that,
The only reason why we have that is because my partner was doing a YouTube video on Bill and Ted. He did like a whole thing on like the Bill and Ted franchise. He's obsessed
Yeah.
with that. And he needed to play the Game Boy game and he needed to capture footage, and we didn't have a GameCube at the time. We only had the Super Nintendo, so that's how we did it.
Fair enough. That means it
Yeah.
works. It's a method.
It worked.
Yeah.
My hair looks
Right.
so good here.
Random thought.
My hair never I never look at my hair and go, it looks good. I'm looking, I'm like, I actually look alright there.
oh, you know, the Super Game Boy thing reminds me. Have you seen those Switches that have been modified to be able to play DS games and 3DS games?
No, what?
Yeah, so I have my Switch here. There's a controller attachment, so you
Really?
can have your Switch like this, vertically,
Yeah.
and it'll act like it's a DS screen, so you'll have the top screen and the bottom
Oh.
screen.
No joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently though, the modified ones, you have to use like an original Switch, not the OLEDs. the OLEDs don't do it properly.
Weird.
Yet. But
Yeah, I was gonna say they'll eventually fix that.
like I saw those and I was like, holy crap! That made me so want the Switch 2 to have like a port where you can put your DS and 3DS games in. Like I
That
don't
was sad
see,
they don't.
I
Yeah.
I don't understand why they don't do that. That would make so much money for Nintendo.
Yeah, it would.
There's a
it's
lot of
no-brainer.
things that Nintendo could do and just chooses not to.
Like
Yeah.
you know how many controllers they would sell for that alone if they did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be ridiculous, but no, I mean it's Nintendo. They don't like people. They don't like money.
They
like
don't
money.
like their fans.
Yeah,
They
don't
like
their
lawsuits.
fans. They like lawsuits.
I don't like
Absolutely.
their fans.
They
Yeah.
don't even file their lawsuits in time. Things
No.
chill out there for like years before they do anything about it. Looking at you, Citra.
I don't even want to talk about Mother 3.
So now video games are only released on Friday.
I know that gets you so upset.
It does. It does. It breaks my heart.
So you mentioned that games only releasing on Fridays. That's in Japan, right?
That's in Japan, yeah. Yeah. So, like, basically, when it released, it was such a big fucking deal in Japan that it basically shut everything down. So the government basically approached the game companies, are like, yeah, you can still release the stuff, just do it on a weekend or a Friday.
Because over here, what is it? They release them on like Tuesdays or Wednesdays?
I have no idea. I honestly don't
It's
know. I
usually
just thought that was
Tuesday.
crazy.
Thursday a lot of the time.
It's Thursdays? Okay. I thought
Yeah.
it started with a T.
Is it not
I never
Tuesdays? I got a
noticed.
lot of games on Tuesdays.
I
Oh.
go on Thursdays. It's always on Thursdays that I have to work.
I don't know. I haven't delivered to the house anymore.
I was gonna say,
There's a
like,
point.
everything is delivered to
new
the
one from
house or
Japan.
whatever.
Oh, why is it green? It's a brown box. Why is it green screening out? Stupid box. I just got my new Metroidvania game from Japan, so I'm excited for that.
Okay. Have you played it yet?
Also, I haven't even unboxed it.
Ah.
I will say with that new feature where you can share Switch games now, I might be able to loan it to you. We'll have to see what's up with that.
Wait, there's a feature that lets you do that now?
Yes,
For
there's
like
a minute-
14 days,
Yeah,
I think, right?
Yeah, something like that.
It's not debuted yet. It's coming though.
Yeah. Next month, I think. Sometime soon.
Yeah, but is it digital
April.
only, or like you have to have a physical copy to borrow it or whatever? I mean, at that point, you know, there's no
Oh,
share.
You
Probably
can do it
digital.
either way. I'm pretty sure.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it works out when it's
You-
out there. But I know you wanted a
just have to
Metroidvania game. I
own-
can loan it to you.
You just have to own a copy of the game, I believe, and you can loan it out digitally to somebody else.
Yep.
I say as I wear all black, but that's not the point.
I mean, 14 days to beat the game. I mean, I can do that.
Let me know what your favorite SNES game is.
I mean, 14 days. See if you like the game. It's not insanely expensive. I mean, heck, like I said, no physical copies of the game exist in the United States, so I had to import it from Japan.
Yeah.
And it's multi-language and multi-region coded, so like it should work in every Switch. So it's like if you want to get a Japanese copy, they're like $30.
So,
Yeah, Switches are region locked.
so favorite SNES game? Go.
Uniracers.
Why Uniracers though?
Because it's so funny! The story behind it's so funny. They only did one print run of it, and it got into a lawsuit with Pixar because the stupid unicycles look like Pixar characters, and that's just really funny to me. And I also didn't own an SNES, so...
Pilk?
Mario RPG, fight me.
Saturn?
A Link to the Past.
I was gonna
That's
say
actually a good answer.
I was gonna say Mario RPG. You stole my answer.
Fight me.
Well, I'm not gonna fight you because that's my favorite Super Nintendo game.
It's great. That game is awesome.
Y'all missing out on Uniracers, alright?
Promise you I'm not.
You're really not. It's not a good game, but I love that stupid game.
There's the troll in me that was gonna say Super Godzilla, but hey, by the way, I have a copy for sale. If somebody's got an extra $2,500 laying around.
Not in this economy.
Sure don't, yeah.
Let's all go to eggs.
Maybe
Oh, yeah,
maybe
that's true.
someday
That's like
I
a
will
week's
and I'll
worth of
buy
eggs.
it from you.
Right?
Yeah, but I mean, how much is a open box or like just a cart for Super Godzilla?
I think it's like I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a minute. I want to say last time I looked 300.
Okay,
It's apparently not a terribly common game.
I looked
One
and it was like $50, I thought.
50? Is it 50? Maybe
Yeah.
it's in boxes 300. I don't know.
one episode we
Yeah,
will
just
talk
for a
about
week
Wind
now.
Waker. But I just want to go really quick and just say how Wind
Wait, is that the
Waker.
bonus disc in one box?
Yeah, yeah, it is. I
Why is
just
the
want
bonus disc?
because some outlets released it that way. Um,
Oh,
so I want to say like how much people appreciate Wind Waker now versus when it released. People did
Oh, they were
not like
horrible
it when
to
it
it.
released.
I hit up eBay real quick. I might be wrong on that price.
You have to what?
And I'm thinking out loud.
Ah, okay.
Maybe second guess it.
Like I was one of those people that didn't like Wind Waker when it first released either. And then like
Really?
yeah, because I mean you went from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask to Wind Waker. And it was a very big tonal shift. And it was one of those games. And then not to
They're
mention like
different games, though.
No, but I know that. But I mean, just like the tone and the styling of the games, it was a big shift.
I
And
think
A
people
lot
were
of
just
people
thrown off
had
by
an
the toon
issue.
shading.
I was gonna say it was the art
Yeah.
style. It was
Yeah.
definitely Toon Link. A lot of people didn't like the cell shading stuff.
then the other thing
Not
for
they didn't
me
like how cell
was
shading, but mainly just cell shading for Zelda. I feel.
yeah, and
I like the
I
cell
didn't
shading.
like
Gorgeous.
the sailing stuff too. That was boring as hell for me.
Okay, the
That's
sailing is kind
boring.
of lame.
I thought it was boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so but I mean as I got older, I mean I appreciated the game a lot more and like it probably has one of the strongest endings in any Zelda game for me.
And the Wii U
See.
version definitely fixed a lot of the problems that
wow.
the GameCube version had.
Somebody has dumped a bunch of them on the market, and the prices have tanked. Holy crap!
Have they?
Yeah, I was just looking at the Super Godzilla.
Oh
and
my
the-
god! Yeah,
there.
no, the prices are in the toilet right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, literally, like people have just flooded the market all of a sudden.
and that's what happens though.
Yep,
Yep.
it's all good.
How much is a loose copy?
Oh,
Like
I've seen it
20
like
bucks?
as low as $20, $30.
I
Oh,
saw
20.
one on eBay for like $9.
Yeah.
Fitting.
I-
It's not
I-
like complete or whatever.
I looked over a month ago and it was around 50, so it's gone down even since then.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you can go on there right now, and there's hundreds of listings.
And this is why I wait.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like this is the time to buy one if you want like a playable copy. That's what I'm gonna do.
I think I might actually do that because I saw.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, I could throw $20 just for a cart.
Exactly. Like $20 is a
That's
steal.
fine.
And you know that's like basically the bottom of the market. At some point, that's gonna shoot back up.
I was gonna say,
That's
yeah,
what
you know
people
it's
do.
gonna probably go back up. Like, you see that happen though with like really popular, like silent stuff. Like that does keep its value, but you see it like dip down a bit. From
Well, you
time
gotta
to
wait
time.
for you gotta basically track the prices and wait for somebody to just throw a dozen of them on the market, looking to make bank.
I did that with Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yep.
I got it for $60. It dropped, and then it jumped right back up to 100 and whatever. I was like, yes.
Yep.
I got my copy for $89.
Spiderman Shattered Dimensions
Of Conker's.
Too much.
Spider-Man Edge of Time.
Yeah.
Actually, was it just the cart though?
Yeah, but it was
That's
it
still,
was a
I feel like
gift.
that's still not too bad though, because that game's like 130. I feel like now.
It was a gift from my husband when we first started dating.
I say that, you know what? I say that when I went to the game store and I was like buying it, and the guy's like $60. I was ready to pay like 120 that day because I really wanted that damn game. So I'm not really gonna judge here. He's like 60. I was like, hell yeah!
I got my copy of Earthbound for $180.
What?
You're playing as 4 different versions of
But
Spider-Man.
it's card only, right?
You're playing as
Yes.
Yeah.
You're playing also as
So this
But
segment
still.
is my cousin Ronnie. Those of you guys who have not met my cousin yet, which is everybody except Pilk. He's a Spider-Man guy. Like his
I was about
channel.
to say this.
I know we talk about Spider-Man a lot because I really like Spider-Man too.
Yeah, his YouTube channel is heavily dedicated to Spider-Man. He does talk about Marvel Comics and sometimes DC. Even though he is actually a pretty big DC fan as well, but most of his content is Marvel based and Spider-Man specifically. And so when I saw those games, I was like, you know what? This would be a good time for Ronnie to do a segment because that's his thing. I mean, I can talk about Spider-Man, but he can talk about Spider-Man. So that's why he's talking about these games specifically, Edge of Time and Shattered Dimensions, which are actually really cool games. I don't know if you guys ever played those games.
I got
really-
Shattered Dimensions at a yard sale for $5.
Did you? Lucky. I got which one? I
I
got
don't pay full price for nothing.
I got one of them for free.
And I thought that was quite unique. And
All right,
So-
I'm not that cool.
I got from a coworker.
thanks to the comics where
that
Still not that cool.
he was like, "Oh yeah, I have them at home. I don't play them or anything. I'll just give them to you." I was like, "Are you sure I can pay you for them?" He's like, "No, no, no. I'll just give them to you." I was like, "Oh, okay."
I was gonna say,
Oh,
yard
yeah.
sales used to be a great place to pick up games though, because I grabbed my TurboGrafx 16. No, actually, my buddy grabbed my TurboGrafx 16 and gave it to me for my birthday. It was whole game in box with everything, and like a dozen and a half games, and they had $5 on the box.
It's still possible. It's just really hard.
Yeah,
It's like
well, word's out there now, and
yeah, and
a lot of
everyone
video game
is
collectors out there.
yeah, and a lot of people like they just go to eBay, they see it listed, and they assume that's what it's gonna. It's like it's
Yeah.
the Beanie Baby thing too. You know what I mean? Like
There's a lot of
I
that
have all
going
this
on.
money.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on. A lot of game speculation too. Like people will buy tons of games and then try to like hawk them for insane amounts of money. Or you have the people that are like insider trading and like deliberately inflating the prices, and there's a lot of just nonsense in the community. And don't get me started on Pokemon.
You know what the saying is,
Oh,
though, right?
Pokemon's terrible.
Whatever you're trying to sell is only worth whatever someone's willing to buy it.
That's true.
So I mean,
But-
if somebody's willing to buy your game for $1,000, you're gonna sell it for $1,000. That's what it's gonna be worth.
I was honestly gonna trade it to that other company, the one I was gonna take you to last time. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of their pricing structure. It's kind of a mess. Because what I found out recently, remember we were talking about like how inflated their prices are?
Yeah.
They do a lot of that. They're basically putting a lot of their stuff on eBay at like higher prices just to kind of like, inflate their own prices. And if you go on days when it's like 10 to 15% off, which is a normal sale they used to do all the time, they haven't done it in a long time, unfortunately. But if you go in there on the 10, 15% off days, you'll get it for roughly what it's going for on eBay. But
Yeah, but that's kind of a stupid system. I don't agree with that.
they're
at
making
all.
money, and they've got a fan base. It's frustrating.
I need that for my Resident Evil
How much?
collection.
90?
Yeah, I need that.
90?
I don't need those. I have plenty of Resident Evil.
Oh, that's not a terrible price for 3.
No, but that RE3 doesn't have Dino Crisis, the demo.
Oh.
That again, collector in me. I don't purposefully want to sound that way. Like, oh, it needs to have this little thing, but that's just the collector in me.
And then there's me who finds it at the corner in the bottom of a piece of garbage, and I'm like, this is mine now! Yay!
I almost picked up that Persona 3, but there were other games I wanted more.
That's fair.
I'm not like, I love Persona 3. It's my favorite Persona game, but I hate Persona 3 Portable. It is like a dumbed down version of the PS2 version. Although it does have the female protagonist path. Now that Golden Sun, I have right here.
So it's the Golden Sun series that you
I
want to
got
talk
it.
about. Absolutely, we could talk about.
That was
Did
a
you
great
actually-
find.
That was.
Did you actually pick it up there, or
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, this is the one I picked up over there.
That is awesome.
I had to. I'd been at that point 4 stores, and I
Yeah.
had not seen a Golden Sun. Not in a complete copy. And especially one that looked this good. So
Yep.
I had to pick it up. And then they were willing to negotiate on the price on top of that. So even better.
That's actually quite nice. You don't
Yeah.
find that a lot.
I don't remember how much I got it for. It definitely was cheaper than that price tag. Because like I got that game, and then I got another game, and I was like, what can you do with Golden Sun? So they gave me the price, and then I was like, what can you do for this one? And then I was like, what could you do if I bought them both right now? So then they
That's
dropped
what you
it.
do. Like buy a bundle, buy a bunch of them together, and then they're
Yeah,
willing to work with you.
So they dropped it a little bit more, and it worked out. It was a good price for me, so I couldn't turn it up.
Yep.
Or I couldn't turn
Well,
it down, I should say.
It's fairly common you get one person in there to buy one specific game. It's not that common when you get somebody in there buying 3, 4, 5 games, and then they know instantly they've made their profit on it. If they cut you like 5% or 10% off, they're still making their money.
Well, apparently the copy had been sitting there for a bit, so any of the games that had yellow labels on, the price was negotiable.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, so
That's a neat
it was
system.
so it was one of those. So like the game had been sitting for a bit in the shop, and
Define a bit.
I don't know. It's just like a pawn shop, right? Like you go to a pawn shop and then they have a sticker on the items, and then next to the prices like dates. So once it, or the pawn shop I go to anyways, once you hit a specific date, then the price drops on that item. Because they
I
have
honestly
to
haven't
try
been
to
to
move it.
I haven't
They
been
do
to a
that at the
pawn shop in
Goodwill, too.
years.
Yeah, so I think that I don't know if that was the only one that negotiated prices over there. I mean, Saturn can, you know,
Yeah, I think that was the only one that negotiated prices.
yeah, because I don't remember if the other one that we visited next, which I'm spoiled for that one. That one was the one that your friend owns, or you know, you've known him for a long time. He took it over from the
Yeah.
previous owner.
Oh, he's willing to negotiate here and there as well.
Okay. Yeah, I just didn't buy anything from that shop for that time. Spoilers. Me, but
Got it.
Saturn did.
Yes, I buy from him every time I go. At least one thing to
Yeah.
support the business.
I just, that guy had a lot of stuff. You'll see it in the next episode. He had a lot of stuff there, a lot of really cool stuff, like imports and consoles and like limited edition consoles. It was really cool. You are ranting, Harley.
I rant a lot.
What's wrong with that? You're passionate. I like that.
I'll just go on a tangent about something and then I'll be like, oh shit, I'm ranting. Back, hold on.
Funny enough, you didn't have as many bloopers this time around.
I've been getting better with the bloopers.
I was kind of bummed out. I was like, oh man, there's like 2 or 3 that I
We had
kept
less
in
editing
there.
to do. We were a little bummed out there. Yeah.
Alright.
Well, 'cause
I'm
the
sorry I did my job good, damn!
The bloopers are funny, and like I even texted her after like I got these videos from her. I texted her, I was like, Harley, these are like very teacher professional-esque, and she's like, yeah, I mean, I just kind of went more facts on these, and I was like, yeah. There's less bloopers though.
Should do a
Sometimes
Harley
just-
blooper reel.
You could.
Oh,
you
I
should see
definitely could.
the amount of F-bombs that are dropped in pre-production. It's pretty
It's
pretty
actually
bad.
not that many.
Yes, keyboard.
Oh no, you don't get the 10 videos I do beforehand.
Then you should drop those. Put them on yours and then tag everybody.
They're bad. They're bad, man.
Whoa, hold on. Those Pokemon games don't have prices on them. I don't like that.
Nope.
Are they repo? No, they're not.
No, they're
Are
not
they?
repro. Except the Pokemon Pinball that's over there that has a $30 price tag. They're probably on the back, but I'm a fan of having the prices on the front so you can see them.
The problem is, I bet those games fluctuate in price so frequently, it just isn't worth it.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, those are the type of games that maybe you just change it like every 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, you're not going to change the price every day on them.
Fair
and
enough.
then on top of that, like I say you in the general speaking, but like you buy the game at a at a price from somebody, and then
Yeah.
you know how much margin you have anyways.
It's a mystery game.
This is true.
You will walk up to a person and they'll be like,
So I've never played these
"Find me
games.
a puzzle I solved once. Take a look at it."
This is a Saturn game.
I can tell this is
No,
a
it's a
Saturn
DS
game.
game.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't sealed, so I don't.
I say I feel like you're into puzzles. Is that correct to
Oh,
say
yeah.
Saturn? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love puzzle games, puzzle platformers, puzzle games, mystery games in general.
Yep.
So
Yep.
here's what she picked up
Point and click.
over at that store. So she did get the Professor Layton.
Yes,
Nice.
Professor Layton. Yep. I've almost completed that collection.
Okay.
I only need 2 more games.
Centipede.
Nice.
Yep.
I love Centipede growing up. Even that version.
love that
That
game.
version was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that version is great. Oh, it's good.
Was that a Goofy movie or Goof Troop?
Goop Troop.
Okay.
It's too early for a Goofy movie. That didn't come out until like.
Oh,
I don't know. When did a Goofy movie come out?
You remember how good those Disney games were back then?
Yeah, but you gotta
Oh, yeah.
remember, back then, just talking about like the games, like when did the SNES come out? 91, 92? I'm trying to remember.
Somewhere around that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like you had the 64 like in the mid to late 90s. Like there were only 2 or 3 years where you had a console. Like it's not like today where consoles can run for 10 years plus. So
yeah, the Goofy movie came out in '95. The N64 released in '96.
yeah, I was about to say Goofy movie probably would be 96 game, or well, I'd say 64 game.
Yeah, I would say if there was one.
Maybe, I don't know. Could be in SNES too. I don't know.
You know, it could be because I mean, look at how we have games now that are releasing on like older systems too. Stuff still being released on the PS4.
Yeah, there's a whole reason for that though.
I know, but Nintendo does that too, though. I mean, look at the long life cycle that the Game Boy. You know.
So I have a question for you guys, because hopefully I'm not the only crazy one here. When you think of specific consoles, do you hear music for that console?
Only if it's got like intro, like the GameCube. I always hear.
Well, I mean, whether
yeah,
it's
the GameCube.
whether it's
Yeah.
that or like a game that you think about for that console. So like for
Damn,
me,
I never really thought about it, but kind
for
of.
me, Super Nintendo, immediately when somebody says Super Nintendo, Mario World starts playing in my head. Even though that
Yeah, I don't
that's not my
really-
favorite Super Nintendo game.
You know, the funny part is, you know what plays in my head when I hear Super Nintendo? Killer
that?
Instinct. Killer Instinct 2 very specifically. Yes. Don't ask me why. I have so many hours in that game. It's stupid.
Killer Instinct was good.
Uniracers. It's Uniracers. I have no idea. It's all I play. It's the only game I own for the system.
But the original NES, when you say NES, my brain immediately does do that. It plays the original theme from Zelda.
See, for me, the original NES plays 3D World Runner.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I just hear Super Mario, really.
Mario Brothers 2 for the E NES.
I mean, that was Game of the Year for like 31 years in a row, so that makes sense.
What?
That's such a specific fucking reference.
Glad you understood my reference. That's great.
It took me a fucking minute.
If
I was
anybody
like-
gets that reference, you owe us a like and a sub right now.
It took me a fucking. Is that a video game donkey reference?
Yes, absolutely. I love Donkey.
I fucking love Donkey.
I own his album. The was it Bandcamp or whatever he did the album on?
Stop.
Yes.
It took me a hot minute when you were like, this won so many years in a row. I was like, why does that joke sound familiar?
I'm just saying his collab.
Super Mario.
Super Mario Brothers.
You're gonna have to send me that because I don't understand that reference.
Oh,
my
it's so
God.
funny. Oh, it's so goddamn
That was
funny.
you.
He does a review every year. Every year he does a review of like the best games of the year, and every fucking year it's Super Mario. It's so
It's
funny.
fantastic. He'll go
The
through
way
all the
he
games.
does it.
You're like Elden Ring this and this and that. He's like, but you know what's number one? Super Mario.
Super Mario. To the top.
Oh my god, someone else who's a nerd. I love it.
Anyway.
So this game, Lunar Silver Star Harmony, the remasters are coming out for the Lunar games, and I wish that they put this in that collection, because this Lunar Silver Star Harmony feels like a different game, even though it's not. It's a remake of the original game. I don't know why they didn't include it. There's got to be some like logistics in that, maybe like whoever created it, but I was disappointed when I heard that that wasn't included in that collection. But I'm glad I picked it up for myself.
Why would they have not included it?
I don't know. They're just doing the original games.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But I like, for me, I think it would have been a perfect way to put that in the collection. It would have made sense.
What are PSPs going for right now? Because I had to sell mine, unfortunately.
I need to get a new battery for mine. Those things are so notorious for the
Yeah,
batteries
mine-
exploding.
Yeah, my battery exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
it's getting on
exploded
eBay.
or
Oh no, I
Well,
mean like
it expands.
it-
It
became
expands
fat.
and it breaks. Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Mine actually like
Listen.
leaked and everything, but you know.
I worked at Lenovo when we had the whole battery recall thing. You can't tell me exploding batteries, and my
That's
brain
fair.
immediately goes, "Someone's lap is on fire, and this is bad."
That's fair. No, and mine did
I'm
actually like
joking.
really like it got really big and it leaked and everything and whatever. But
Yeah, we literally had laptops on airplanes catching fire. It was not good.
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah. Oh, they're actually really cheap. The batteries are like less than $20. Why have I not purchased a new one? Oh, I know why. I know my PSP.
I have my PSP sitting
PSPs
right
go
next to
for,
me
though?
collecting dust. I need to get a battery.
Yeah, it's the same. But you gotta make sure you get like the right, which obviously you'll know, but like get the right model because there's different models too.
Yeah.
I have the God of War model PSP.
Oh, Miss Fancy over here. Oh my goodness, look how cute!
It was given to me for free from a friend.
It's baby Anakin.
Oh,
So cute.
yeah.
I mean, he's still a baby,
He's
but
adorable.
he was smaller.
I remember those days well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you met him.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we stopped by on our way down.
that's it. I met him when you guys came through.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
wife sends me pictures. So.
Does she really?
But she sent me like one or two, yeah.
My wife's funny.
We talk all the time.
Jeez.
Do you really?
We send TikToks all the
Oh,
time.
no.
Yeah, we talk a lot.
Oh,
yeah, we're
no.
like best buds now. It's bad.
How many bad things does she say about me?
She
Chris
says
didn't do
nothing
this
bad.
today. He didn't wash
Nothing
the
bad.
dishes.
No, but I'll definitely tell her she can vent to me if she needs to.
So she messaged me out of the blue on TikTok, and I was like, "Who the hell is this?" Because her picture does not look like her,
Right.
and so I was just, and it took a minute. Like she posted a video, and I was like, "Oh, this is not a creeper." Got it. So I immediately started sending her memes. So now we just share memes all the time. It's great.
Yeah, she
All
sends
day.
me TikToks all the time. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all we do.
Yeah,
Yep.
she's funny like that. She'll be like, "Oh,
Yep.
I'm tired," and like we'll be in bed, and then she's on the phone scrolling, and I'm like, I'm passing out.
Oh, I love her. She's my spirit animal.
Saturn, what's your favorite place to go to over there?
My favorite place is the one that we're going to in the next episode.
Oh, your friend's place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's
That
kind
was
of
a good-
biased.
That was well,
That-
no,
I
but
have-
it was a good shop though.
I have another friend who owns a place too that he's in the opposite direction, but I've been going to this place like forever since like 2010,
Wow.
and we have quite a rapport actually.
I've
Oh,
said this
we're
before,
fancy.
and I'm
Ooh.
gonna keep saying it too. Like I am so jealous because Saturn has like all these stores were in like 1 mile distance from one another,
Yep.
and
That
I was-
sounds awesome.
yeah,
I was so jealous. And that's the thing. Like then she tells me is like, oh yeah, these are only like some of the stores that I go to, because then there's another section or another part of the area that again has like a string of stores that's all within like 1 mile of each other, and I'm like, this is not fair.
Yeah.
that's a lot of like density.
Yeah.
Yep. And then there's even more in like we call it the Tri-Cities, Midland, Bay City, Saginaw. There's tons of stores, and then I visit the Flint area more frequently than the Saginaw area, because that's where I'm closer to. And yeah, that's the other area that has a bunch of stores.
Just don't drink
But
the
they-
water.
That's what my brother said, because I asked him what's in that beer. He's like, Flint water.
Well, that's why he's tripping out. That explains
There you go.
it.
That's why he's thinking of having all these trees and things like that.
Jeez.
Thankfully, it's only certain areas of Flint that have the bad water.
Do they still
Like
have the bad
downtown-
water?
Yeah.
In the north end of Flint, which is like the worst area of Flint, like it's the like notoriously bad area of Flint. That's where the bad water is, and they still have problems with it. But everywhere
Jesus.
else, their water runs from Detroit. So,
We've been through 3 presidents since then, and they still have bad water?
yep,
Well,
bad
welcome to
water. Still have bad
America.
water.
Welcome
Yeah.
to America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this your first time?
Yes, I'm new here.
He's a tourist.
Is this your first
Our
day?
Our previous governor knowingly poisoned all those people.
Oh man.
That's just.
Yeah.
He's in prison now, actually.
Are they making him drink the
So-
water?
They
They
should.
should.
Specifically a certain type of water.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
here's your daily ration. Go
Yeah.
ham.
Well,
Wash it down with
Saturn,
some Lake Erie water.
Saturn, thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it. I know that you're
Of
not
course.
feeling well, but I really
Yeah.
wanted to get you in on this director's cut. Next episode, hopefully you're feeling better, and then you can talk a lot
Yes,
more.
I hope
Sa-
so too.
Saturn's a very talkative person,
Yes,
and
I am.
it's weird hearing her be quiet.
It's
Yeah.
weird being quiet. I want to chime in. It's like, oh, my throat, and it just hurts.
But
It's gonna be utter chaos with that many talkative people on here.
I know,
It's gonna
right?
be
I can't get
great.
you to shut up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Every time I get on the phone with you, it's like an hour passes by.
Listen,
Like I call you just for like 2 things, and then we end up talking for like an hour.
that's your fault.
How's that my fault?
I don't know reasons.
Everything's your fault.
I don't know. I got a text message from this guy. I'm driving home, and I get a text message from him that says, "I'm not having a conversation with your car."
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, I told my wife about the conversation the other day when when I was on the toilet and we were texting.
Was that the one where I sent you the one about it's a lovely bird, frog, or toad? Yeah, thank you very much. I love you, or something like that.
I don't know.
I hacked my car and I programmed a bunch of like auto responses into the car for my wife, and she always sends me like a picture of some animal, and so I'm like, "That's lovely, honey. Thank you, we love you." And he sent me something out of the blue. I was like, "Well, I got nothing to respond to this with, but I'm in the car, so boop."
I was like, what the hell are you talking about? He's just sending me random crap.
No, you.
No you.
It's one of the responses. It's great.
So, for our trip that's coming up, spoil for everybody. Our trip that's coming up to Atlanta and then Dallas. My brother Pilk, this is why I sent you that text yesterday, I think it
We're not
was.
related.
No, shut up. Um, so my brother is probably gonna come along with us to on that trip.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so we got to talk because I got to make sure that he would have entry into MomoCon, and then I got to talk with DreamHack to get my
Okay.
+1 to him, or maybe use your +1. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I kind of denied my +1 already, but I can always
Okay.
reach out and be like, "Hey, I don't know. We can figure it out.
Yeah.
We got time."
Well, I mean, I got a +1, but my wife's not able to go, so I'm
Oh, you should be able to get it transferred then.
Yeah.
They won't care.
Yeah, so I'll probably do that. I'm sad that Harley and Saturn, you guys aren't able to make it for that.
Yeah.
But next time. And then season 2, I know that we're like almost halfway. No, we're not halfway. We still got 2 more episodes and we're halfway through, but we're well into season 1, and season 2 we're already filming. Season 2 we're going to be doing things a little bit different. Because Harley's going to be visiting shops, Pilk's going to be visiting places.
Yes.
I still have all those videos from the Detroit Retro Show to
Yep.
send you. Now that I have my new phone, I can actually send them to you.
Okay, because I got some of them. I didn't know there were more.
Yeah, there's more. There's a lot more.
Okay, so I was gonna use that as like a another episode in this season. So if you have more,
Yeah,
please
it
send
was.
it to me.
I have. Yeah, it was an hour. Like it took me an hour to get it uploaded and send it to you with my old phone. So per video, it was a lot.
And then thank you again to Root for being our sponsor and hooking us up with coffee and energy supplements and all these other things that apparently we
coffee.
desperately needed.
More coffee.
More coffee.
Never enough.
Never enough.
Coffee addicts.
Listen,
Well,
I can quit anytime I want.
I just don't want to. Hey!
Why are we the same person?
Yes!
All right, guys. I appreciate all of you. Saturn, thank you once again. And we'll see you guys next time.
I was going to send you a text message.
Everybody say bye at least.
You're not the
Yeah.
boss.
Bye. Bye.
Later.